Mike Florio, Pro Football Talk, about Deshaun Watson deciding he couldn't play against the Ravens.
Too many players are too stubborn when it comes to that. They think they can go do it, and it hurts the team. Remember a couple of years ago, Baker Mayfield, he had that entitlement mentality that even though he had no business playing, this is my job. I'll make the decision whether or not I'm going to play. I'm going to play. This is my job. I'm not coming off the field. Brett Favre was that way. Didn't want to have happen to him what he did to Don Mikowski in 1992. I'm never coming off the field. I'm never giving anyone an opportunity to do the job better than me. So I go out there and I do the job maybe not as well as I could or as well as the backup could because I'm impaired. So I credit Deshaun Watson for having the self-awareness. The caveat is this. When you say Friday, I'm playing.
Yeah,
when your
that's
teammates believe you're playing.
Yeah.
When even though the backup, Dorian Thompson-Robinson, got the reps that Deshaun Watson didn't take in practice because he was limited all week, you're still not fully prepared if you don't believe you're playing. If the starter is saying, I'm playing, then you get to Sunday morning and it's like, I don't think I can play. That's a curveball that comes in a little too late for the backup to be ready. And I'm not saying it was intentional.
Let's welcome in Jeff Lloyd from the Locked On Browns podcast. And Jeff, I tend to agree. You know, I've heard and gotten emails and stuff from fans about Baker playing, and that didn't work out well. Baker's been with how many teams since he tried to do that? So I have no issue whatsoever with Watson deciding he wasn't good enough to go.
Well, the thing that's weird here, and I know we've talked about this a bunch, over the years in our talks, Dave, is usually if you don't practice on Friday for the Cleveland Browns, you don't play. It's usually the way it works. I mean, obviously you're going to make an exception for maybe a couple of players on that roster, one of them currently on IR, but Myles Garrett would probably get that exemption. Deshaun Watson would probably get that exemption. We also don't know, just because he said I'm playing, and obviously, he told Mary Kay Cabot, his intentions were that he thought he was going to be able to play. We don't know what the conversations were behind closed doors. Obviously, the Browns are not giving us all the information on this because we're hearing different sides of it from different people who are high up within that organization. Do I honestly believe that, when they got out there Sunday morning, Deshaun said, I can't go. Were they expecting it? I don't think they were expecting it. And I think you could tell from the effort. I think you can tell from, that way the offense went out there and performed. Would you have liked to dial back the offense a little bit for, DTR in his first start? Yes, you would have. But you're not going to beat the Baltimore Ravens. They're not going to beat the Baltimore Ravens defense by playing checkers. Vanilla is not going to beat the Baltimore Ravens. And that's what many fans were, why didn't you simplify it? Why didn't you run? The fact is, this team's just not running the football very well right now. And I don't think you can point the fingers necessarily at the running backs because you have to point it just as much as the offensive linemen who are not doing their best in run blocking right now. Obviously, it was difficult. Obviously, it was a really bad situation. And, in the defense, we got for the first time, we saw a couple of flaws within that unit. They're not perfect. No unit on any team is perfect. The Baltimore Ravens obviously had the Browns defense's number on Sunday. So just tough all around. But, look, if you had said, even if you had told us all on Tuesday or Wednesday, look, Deshaun Watson's going to be out this week, I don't think it would have mattered. There was no game plan that was going to have, a significant difference. Maybe they don't lose 28-3. Maybe they lose 28-10. But either way, once you didn't have Deshaun against Baltimore Ravens, you had to think most likely this team is not going to win the football game.